You do still have some auto attack damage coming through, but it has been going towards the tried and true here. He is insanely comfortable on this pick. You absolutely can outscale the Yorick, but I do worry about the early stages. Flandre very comfortable. Potions are gone from On as well.
Keep your eyes on Beishuan in the fog of war. He's skipping those bot side camps and he's looking to make his presence known on the bot side already, but Hope and Kyle, they're showing that respect.
They saw him.
He did. Beishuan comes around the corner with the frozen domain, gets the slow onto Hope, looking for the pillar as well. Barrier coming out from Hope, but it's just extinguished. Hope down first.
And AL absolutely needed to get the grubs after what they gave up on the bot side. You know, Bin is now so far ahead. 26 CS up, 500 gold is the lead. Plus, there is, you know, a little bit of experience that, you know, Flandre has been able to obviously grab, so he's kept pretty close in that. But Bin, 1v1 as the Yorick, you can start poking down this Jax and hasn't had to deal with it whatsoever, and he's nearly at the Triforce, and Beishuan is up here.
Dark Possession down. Flandre needs to walk away because Bin splashing in with the Grandmaster's Might. Subjugate as well. Flandre holding on to his splash till the last moment, doesn't get a chance to use it. BLG, they're definitely in the driver's seat.
I mean, great minds think alike, Medic. I was on the same wavelength with that one as Flandre goes through a bit of a trade and immediately regrets it.
Counter-Strike comes in, there's the TP as well. Kyle trying to come up to join this fight, and Bin begins to retreat. Shanks is going to teleport forward. Bin has no flash. Weaver's Wall will lock him on this side of the tower. Tarzan chasing forward as well. Bin with the counter-strike will get knocked up using that Cyclone. Bin still jumping away, but he's caught out. A Tempest finds him as Flandre secures the kill.
This is really nice now. They can try to rush for first tower here up on that top side. They have the grubs. They're crushing through this tower. They should be able to win, but BLG also a lot of damage on that bot lane tower. They obviously have the Trundle. Not going to be able to get it either way, though, so first tower does go to AL. Yes, they should eventually lose the Dragon down on that bot side, and the tower will be matched. But if you can get this second turret as well, BLG very slow to respond. This one's dead too. AL making a massive play on the top side. That is going to be a huge gold swing.
You'll see the gold swing in their favor, about 300 gold ahead, but about 1,000 across the course of that play. BLG will get their second Dragon, and it was actually AL who decided we don't want to take the fight around second Drake. We can fight around Soul Point.
Realizing that they feel stronger right now, they're going to start off the Herald. AL is in a position to contest. Shanks doesn't have the ultimate, and there's not real any way for them to get good positioning on this fight.
But again, look at bot. Flandre is already working on that tower. Bin's going to have to TP down.
Beishuan boosted up there with the Deadly Flourish. Tempered Fate out as well. Kyle caught, has that Pop Blossom and has a flash. Will use the flash early to try and escape it as the curtains open. The Shape Splitter will block one. And Elk will block the next.
Opposition, along with chipping away at that tower. And it's not necessarily that they heavy committed. Oh,
Shanks needs to be careful. He's going to get chased down here. The pillar out. The flash forward from Knight still has the Emperor's Divide here. Shanks looking for the movement speed, but just doesn't have enough. Feet of Warfare over to
forced to group. No matter what the wave state is, no matter what the item completions are, you would be forced to go there. They're looking for Beishuan.
Kyle going in with the Temper Fate. There's Weaver's Wall as well. The chase onto Beishuan. He's going to start to walk away. Dodges the seismic shove. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Flandre forcing on away. Beishuan trying to trade with Kyle. The redemption will be enough to heal up the bard. He gets the shutdown with it. On caught out as well as AL are going to find 2 off this play.
That is huge, because that should get them the Dragon off the back of that as well. Not the cleanest execution as the Cosmic Binding missed, the Deadly Flourish missed, the Seismic Shove missed, but they chased him down. They get the kill. They kill the support. I want to see them go straight towards this Dragon. They aren't going for it just yet, though. They're just playing towards Otacon. This is definitely riskier, but we can see that BLG is going for the Dragon on the other side, so this should be theirs. It does mean, though, that BLG will move to Soul Point here very early on.
I felt like BLG was doing such a good job of suffocating AL. The fact that Bin was just holding that wave in the bot lane, they were playing around Knight safely on the top side of the map. I love that AL recognized, okay, we got to try and do something to try and break open the map a little bit more. They find a nice pick, and they quickly convert it into the Otacon. BLG now have position on the mid lane. This should be a tower secured. Their second of the game. Nicely done, opens up. A good collapse comes through from AL, but it doesn't quite convert into a kill.
And now BLG can path up towards this top side, gate AL away from any of this jungle, and allow Bin the opportunity to take the third tower of the game, extending his gold lead to about 400. They have eyes, whereas Kyle stepping forward, putting a control ward in. Shanks still looking for the flank. Bin trying to mark anyone that comes around the back of the blue buff. On with a good route. There's the Counter-Strike follow-up. And Kyle has to pop the heal. Temper Fate's going to land onto a couple. But the Drake's still very healthy. Seismic Shove only onto one, but it's on and he's off. As AL begin to turn the fight in their favor. They're still looking for this Dragon. The curtains open. This Jhin wants an encore. Cyclone doesn't hold them in range. A Counter-Strike out by Bin as BLG retreats.
Whoa, that was a very tense fight. Both sides fighting for position. They're going to have to keep doing that because, as we talked about earlier, BLG in the straight up front to back, we still do give them the edge with their composition.
Yeah, and you can see
looking onto Kyle, doesn't have the flash, doesn't have the heal, and he is done for. Elk gets the kill, the curtains open. As Hope tries to avenge his fallen support, will land the shots on their way. Their prying eyes will spy the fact that BLG have started the Baron. Flandre jumped on by Knight, though. The Emperor's Divide will knock him back, but meanwhile, on the top side of the fight, the Cyclone comes out. Beishwan has to flash out of the back of the pit as Elk tries to put some more damage down. Flandre dead, BLG holding them at bay. There's a pillar. On still looking for that flank. Kyle now marking him as BLG will take the 4v4. Kyle on up towards the top side, but there's the Pop Blossom. The mountain secured by Tarzan, and he'll get a kill off the back of it as well. BLG separated. The dive in from Knight, knocked back with the seismic shove. Shanks will fall. Beishwan almost follows. The curtains open. Hope wants an encore. He lands one onto Bin. Beishwan will die up towards the top side. Bin dashes away. Knight trying to open up, but he just doesn't have the damage. Rooted with a deadly flourish and taken out by anyone's legend.
Massive fight there for
Garner some back here for BLG. On the back foot as AL start up the Baron. BLG playing for the mid lane prio, but AL calling their bluff. There's the Temper Fate onto Beishwan. The Baron's still at 10,000. On goes in, and On finds them all. The Emperor will find his mark as well. The Guardian Angel and Tarzan brings him back, but Knight's already dead. AL looking for a little bit more here as they could jump further forward. Bin trying to dive in. Shanks low, the seismic shove will connect, but Elk's on a killing spree. On trying to trade with Tarzan down towards the bottom side. Beishwan chasing out Hope towards the top. Flandre and Tarzan will find a double. Beishwan will try and get back in the pit. He doesn't have smite right now, but with the Maiden, AL might be able to keep him at bay.
A perfect wombo combo still wasn't enough to beat AL in the fight. Two members will stay alive to start the Baron off. Beishwan is hovering, threatening the steal.
Beishwan almost has flashback.
We'll have the flash. The smite still on cooldown. Tarzan sticking on the Baron right now as Beishwan tries to find a way back into this pit. Doesn't have vision on the Baron. Now does. Loses it again. He's dodging back and forth. 3,000 on the Baron. Beishwan kept at bay by Flandre, but has the flash. He jumps in. Looking for the chop, but it's Tarzan once again who wins the smite fight.
From Bin, Beishwan can't get there. Elk can't get there, and AL wins anyway.
Another Tempered Fate finds its mark. Elk the target though for AL as they chase him down. On with a Pop Blossom, only finds a single root, and that's two more to anyone's legend.
Pick after pick, AL with the Baron are sieging through these towers. They're collecting the standing gold. A root connects on the Knight.
Flashes away from the seismic shot. The ghouls will chase him from that morning mist. And now BLG are wondering, how do we defend 35 seconds before Elk is back on the rift? On has 20, seeing Grayscale as well. AL with this Baron push could just end the game.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Grubs, look at the York. They're crushing through these towers so fast.
Knight is here. Emperor's Divide available. The Dark Possessions try and keep him away. Bin trying to trade back in, but he just can't find a way into that backline. The counter-strike used only defensively as the first Nexus tower falls. On his way, he's a minion. He'll get the root down. Tarzan dives in with the Cyclone. Bin trying to get on the backline as well with the counter-strike, but Bin is gone. Flandre sends him to the Shadow Isles. Knight jumps onto the backline. Shanks still surviving alongside
Elk's
Hope.
back.
And Knight is down. Elk is up, but he's the only one for his team right now as he tries to defend his Nexus, and AL won't give him a moment to breathe. Say the last rites for BLG. Flandre puts a shovel in his head and claims game one.
A death